So now that you have clicked on this particular video, I guess you know that Twitter has launched its latest feature called as Twitter Ticketed Spaces. In this, and if you're wondering how to apply for Twitter monetization, I'm going to show you in this particular video. Along with that, we'll be answering a couple of more questions that are what are ticketed spaces on Twitter, how to apply for ticketed spaces on Twitter, and what are the criteria basically that you need to meet in order to be eligible for the Twitter Ticketed Spaces feature. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are on the mobile screen. What are ticketed spaces? Ticketed spaces help creators generate revenue from the content they're hosting while allowing people to show their support. It's basically like the similar application like to Clubhouse, where you go ahead, you host and you talk about a particular topic and you get paid for that particular content. The way it works on Twitter, you can go ahead and schedule a space. When you start a space, schedule it for later, so you can go ahead and set up the date and time. Then select your ticket quantity and set a price. So the number of participants that you want, and you can go ahead and set up a price. Start selling tickets. Once you're done creating your ticketed space, share a tweet. It's going to allow you to go ahead and share that particular space, and however the participants can go ahead and purchase that particular ticket and join that space at the scheduled time, and you can earn money. The best part about this thing I liked is it's basically gonna share 97% of the revenue with the creators, and that is after Google and Apple go ahead and deduct their purchases. So when you go ahead and see this, what's the split revenue, you can earn. Alright, so you can earn up to 97% of revenue on ticket sales after platform fees are deducted by Apple and Google on in-app purchase sales. So that is something which is the highest revenue share I think that one of the social network platform is gonna give. Basically to give you an overview, it's basically you can host paid gatherings, connect more deeply with your fans, and earn money where your audience is. Coming to how can you go ahead and apply. So if you go ahead, by the way, you need to go ahead and check whether your account is eligible for this particular feature. The way you go ahead and check is you go on the hamburger menu over here and you check over here whether the monetization feature is available or not. I checked with few of my friends, so few of my friends do not have it and few of my friends do have it. Do let me know in the comment section whether you have this particular feature available on your Twitter account or not. Anyway, moving further, so this is the place where you go ahead and apply for ticketed spaces beta. But there are certain criteria to go ahead, you need to meet in order to be eligible for that particular thing. I am not eligible for that criteria because one of the criteria is you should at least have 1,000 followers, have hosted at least 3 spaces in the past 30 days. So I think I have hosted some 2 spaces, but yeah, it was like just for the test purposes. Anyway, and be at least 18 years old. So these 1 and 2 criteria we can meet over here, and even if I create another space. But unfortunately I have only 165 followers right now on Twitter. I was not that active on Twitter and I've recently got active on Twitter. So I'm going to show you the criteria. There are total 10 criteria that we have basically to be eligible in order to get this particular feature, and for that we're going to go in the help center. When you go in the help center, I don't know why it's not opening. Yeah, just try and open it in a browser. I'm gonna go to DuckDuckGo. And over here, you can see the criteria. Just go on the ticketed spaces FAQs. I'm gonna read out those 10 criteria to you. And the second question we have is what is the eligibility criteria? So go on the particular link. Yeah, so there are basically, the first thing is meeting these requirements does not guarantee acceptance as a ticketed space host. So even if you have these 10 criteria, even if you're eligible for that particular thing, that doesn't assure that you're gonna get that particular feature because this is just the time when you apply for this particular feature. Twitter is gonna do their own research and whatever development, and then they're gonna go ahead and approve the requests. Alright, so the first criteria basically we saw already, that is 18-year-old. The second one we have is you have a complete Twitter profile with audience, account name, a bio, a profile picture, and a header image. I'm going to show you my profile for having a particular reference. Anyway, you have a verified email address. If you have, I mean, you can just go ahead and verify your email address through Google or whatever email address you have signed up for Twitter. You have secured your account by enabling two-factor authentication. So this is an additional feature. Again, do let me know if you want this particular thing as well, like a video, or you can go ahead and check it out over here. How can you go ahead and enable the two-factor authentication on Twitter? You do not have a history of repeatedly violating Twitter's policies. So this is a very important factor for any social media platform. You should not, I mean, for anything, not even the feature, for anything, for being there on the account, you should not be consistently or repeatedly violating any of the policies of the account. You have not previously been removed as an advertiser on Twitter. So this is basically for the people who go ahead and promote their tweets on Twitter. I have not done that yet, so this doesn't apply for me. But in case if you have done and if you have violated some issues over there, you need to have a record for that. Unfortunately, I think Twitter has not mentioned how long or the duration that you have been, banned, or your ads have been banned or something. But however, you can go ahead and check it out in the ad policies. I guess that would be the answer for that. The next one we have is your authentic identity is clear on your profile. Your profile does not feature the identity of another person, brand, or organization, nor does it use a fake identity that is intended to deceive others. Profiles that feature animals or fictional characters are ineligible. So basically, if you're a wildlife photographer or something like that, you are ineligible for this particular feature. Similarly, if you are a cartoonist or illustrator, I think that is going to be under, I'm not certain about it, but this is what it actually tells, like in rough words. Anyway, moving on, parody and fan accounts are not eligible for ticketed accounts. So parody is basically going to be those accounts which are like government accounts, basic. And fan accounts are going to be like the fan accounts, like suppose someone creates a fan account for a certain celebrity on Twitter, those particular accounts are not going to be eligible for this particular feature on Twitter ticketed spaces. Your account is not in a state affiliated media account. This is something which I'll have to get back to you on, but I'm not sure about this. We'll talk about this. Let me know, or you can go ahead and check it out over here, because I've never heard state affiliated media account. Alright, so to save time, I went through this thing. Basically, it says that it's basically not eligible if your account is being handled by some official government things. Like over here, labels on state affiliated media accounts provide additional context about accounts that are controlled by certain official representatives of governments, state affiliated media entities, or individuals closely associated with those entities. If you want to read more, you can go ahead and check it out in the link below. But basically, the mota it is like you basically, your account cannot be handled by an official government, something like that, from any country. Anyway, you maintain 1,000 active followers or more, and you have hosted at least, so this one and this one, the second last one and the last one we already saw on that particular screen. So these were the criterias which you need to be eligible for. Again, I'm saying, even if you have this, I'm going to read out this beta eligibility requirements for you to understand. Beta eligibility requirements for hosts of ticketed spaces are defined below. These requirements have been developed to ensure the beta participants can derive the utmost value from the feature, reduce likelihood of conduct and content related harms for people on Twitter, and enable learning and iteration on the feature and policy in the future. So basically, Twitter is looking for this beta eligibility requirement. Twitter is looking for someone who is massively active on Twitter on a daily basis, because this is a new feature and they want people to go ahead and use that particular feature more and more. Alright, so I'm gonna move and show my profile as a reference in order for understanding what have I filled as my account bio and so on and so forth. Let's have a look. Alright, so this is my profile and this is the way I have filled my bio with the keywords that I want people to search me for. You can go ahead and add those particular tags in your Twitter bio. Also, if you Twitter gives you a particular link addition, so you can go ahead and add whatever you want. The next thing is, I was not active on Twitter, but the way my Twitter works is whatever I share on my Pinterest account automatically gets posted on my Twitter account, and the way I've done it is with IFTTT. So if you're actually looking for a social media automation tool, I'm going to share that link in the video description or share on the video. You can check it out. By the way, that was the update for Twitter ticketed spaces. Do let me know in the comment section if you like this particular video and if you found this information helpful. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with another trick for you guys. Till then, keep watching the channel and keep